market bulls and bears. I'm your host Terry and welcome to the channel. Buy the dip. Guys, before we get into today's video, don't be too harsh on me, but we're going to talk about Tesla, and we're going to have a reaction video to a very popular YouTube channel that is going to give you some good valid points of maybe some negatives on Tesla. You hear a lot of people talking about the positives of Tesla, but I think in any kind of company, you need to also learn their negatives and see if they can improve on those negatives. So we're going to watch this video and we're going to do some reactions, because I know a lot of my stock market bulls and bears out there are invested in Tesla, but I think we just need to be aware of the situation. I'm not saying that like this is a bad, like going to make the stock crash or anything, but we need to be aware of this issue, and we need to see if this moving forward can be something that they can fix and address the issue. Because if this is being, by one person's review, then we need to make sure that it can be fixed in the future. Because as you know, customer service is like number one, man. You got to have great customer service, and people, when they have problems, they need to be able to get it fixed. Before we get into today's video, guys, I wanted to bring you in here and update you, and I want to give a big shout out to my man Keith. He gave me this design of the Buy the Dip, and I got women's shirts, I got men's shirts, and I got a hoodie here, and I got a Buy the Dip mug. And if we click on the hoodie here, guys, and if you scroll over it, there it is. Has my big old mug with the crown and Buy the Dip on the front of the hoodie. And I want you guys to comment down below, guys. Do you think it's cool? Is it stupid? But I really like the design. I'm really happy with this one. The first one, I admit, was a little tacky, but this design to me is a winner. So that's what's going to be on the front of the shirt. And on the back, we got the Let's Go. And just my personal opinion, I really like it. But I'd like to know if you guys actually like it, and I'd like you guys to comment down below. Do you like the design? I don't care if you purchase it or not. I just like to know if you really like it, because now I think we got something that we can go in, and I think I'm going to purchase a shirt. I think me and the wife's going to purchase a shirt. I could wear the shirt during the video for you guys, and I think it's pretty cool looking. Possibly could get a hoodie as well. So like I said, guys, just comment down below. What do you think? Is it a cool looking design? Like I said, the link for this store, for my Teespring store, is the first, I think one of the first descriptions down below in the video. So guys, let's get into this reaction, baby. Let's go! Alright guys, so here we are. This is a very popular YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is Engineering Explained. This is basically of a gentleman here that has owned a Model 3 Tesla for 2 years, and he's going to give his thoughts and opinions on the overall experience of the Model 3 for owning it for 2 years, and also, and as you can see here, the title of his video is My Biggest Problem with Tesla is the Service and Parts. So I think we just need to hear what he has to say, and we'll pause it and react and make comments as we go. And is this a concern for the future of Tesla, or are they going to fix it? So let's get into it.
Everyone, and welcome. I have owned my Tesla Model 3 for about 2 years now, and so we're going to be going into what the biggest problem I've been facing with Tesla during these 2 years. And if you want to know how I feel about the car overall, I'd recommend checking out my 1-year video review after owning this car for a year. I still agree with absolutely everything I said in that video, and I think this is pretty much the best daily driver out there, and I think it's crazy that 2 years later, there's still really not anything that's a direct competitor to this. Maybe the Polestar 2, but I feel like that's kind of this more luxury sedan. It doesn't have quite the range. It doesn't have the speed. It's not really, an electric sports sedan in the same price bracket as this Model 3. But look, this is the internet, right? We're not trying to just gush over Tesla and talk about how fantastic we think the company is. The internet wants to hear the bad news. So that's what we're here for. Let's do a little trash talking. And so the biggest problem I've had with
Okay, so before we get started in that, guys, basically he's saying that the Model 3 is an excellent vehicle, and it's probably the best daily driver that he's ever had. But now we're going to get into some of the negatives that he's going to have to say about the Tesla Model 3. So let's get to it.
with Tesla consistently has been service. Service is a pretty challenging thing. The good news with electric cars is you don't need service all that often. The bad news is that it can be kind of difficult when you do. So I've had 5 experiences thus far with Tesla service. 2 of those were actually pretty fantastic. That was with their mobile service, which I think is an awesome thing. They come to your house, they do the service. You don't even have to be there if you don't want to. So for the first thing that I had done, when I got the car, it actually didn't come with the rear spoiler. It wasn't on it yet. So mobile service came and put the rear spoiler on. Great. Well, that spoiler eventually started to detach from the car. And I think the problem here is that carbon fiber is very rigid. And so you're trying to shape this carbon fiber piece to the back of the car. And if it's not an exact perfect fit, they're just using 3M, like double-sided tape, basically to stick this on. And so if it's not an exact fit, it wants to pop up off of those corners. And so that's what happened to the first spoiler. And so Tesla Mobile Service, once again, under warranty, thankfully, came and replaced that spoiler, put a new one on. Well, the new one's already becoming detached. You can see there on the corner, it's already coming up. Not great there, but not my problem with the service. That's just kind of a fitment issue right there. Now, my third experience with Tesla service.
So, not that that's anything huge, but it seems like if you're going to get that spoiler, you might want to get the spoiler on directly from the factory, because he's had the service out twice, they repaired it, and it keeps popping off. So that is a possible issue with that kind of spoiler, but nothing major, but just something that can be fixed in the future. Just wanted to bring that to your attention. And he's going to get into some more detailed stuff here that is pretty interesting, guys. Pretty interesting.
Was running over a pothole, getting 2 flat tires and destroying 2 wheels. And overall, the service experience, I can't really blame Tesla for, as it was an unexpected visit. It's not like I had an appointment. I showed up. I was like, look, I've got 2 destroyed wheels. I need these replaced. And 6.5 hours later, I was back on the road. I think the challenge that I had there was that they were very uncertain whether or not they would actually have wheels in stock. And that to me seemed a little crazy, that they wouldn't have the wheels in stock to replace them. But they did. I got them on, off I went 6.5 hours later. So not a huge deal there. Now, 4th experience with Tesla service, again.
So there he basically said that he hit a pothole, 2 of his wheels got damaged, and he needed new wheels and tires. 6.5 hours later, he got the wheels and tires. That one I'm kind of 50-50 on. I mean, that is a long time, it seems, but since he needed the actual rim and the tire, I can see where that could possibly be an issue. The one concern I have is, right now, like the electric vehicle market, there's still a ton of gas-powered cars out there. So we're going to have to really evolve with the service. And if Tesla plans on selling all these cars, they're going to have these parts readily available for people, because people get, damaged wheels, have accidents. They're going to be able to, instead of fixing like X amount of cars, in the next couple of years, they're going to need to fix like 10 times that amount. So they're going to have a lot more Tesla service centers all over the place, man. So that is a part that we might not have thought about Tesla, because Tesla is like a, technology company. But to have all this technology, you got to have service. So if they're going to ramp up the sales of the cars, they're also going to have the service buildings to be able to service and maintain these cars, and have lots of these parts readily available for people to be able to access in case they have a damaged rim or a damaged tire. So now we're getting into a little bit more juicy things with Tesla, and possibly some issues for in the future. So let's get back to the video.
Again, going to wheels. So when I bought this car in 2018, they had a referral program where if you got enough referrals, I think it was like 3 or 4 referrals, you could get a set of performance wheels. Well, I got that said number of referrals, and so I got the performance wheels, and so you had to set up an appointment with Tesla service to get them installed. And so I thought, while I'm in there, while I'm, getting this thing with the wheels put on, I'll just have them service the brakes. They recommend that if you live in an area with salted roads, that you should have the brakes serviced if you come in, once a year or so. So I scheduled the appointment. I think it was like 10:15 in the morning that I had my appointment to get on wheels, and then just lubricating and cleaning the brakes. Very simple task. Well, they gave me a loaner and said, you can take off. It's probably going to take us a little bit. So I was like, okay, drove home. The whole day goes by. It's 3 o'clock, and I gave them a call. So this is like 5 hours later. I gave them a call, and I'm like, hey, am I going to be able to pick up my car today? And they were uncertain. They were like, I'm not sure. We're hoping to get it done a little bit later today. And I'm like, well, you guys close in an hour. Like, what's the deal? Are we going to get this done or not? And again, I'm not putting the blame on the employees there. Like, they're working their butts off. They've got so much work. They're scheduled out a month in advance. So the amount of work put onto these employees' hands is more than they can actually deal with. So I don't blame them for being behind and being slow. But I had an appointment, right? Like, if you schedule an appointment, there should be scheduled time to take care of your car. So anyways, I drive to the place. I get there right when they close, and thankfully they were just finishing it up, and I was able to pick up the wheels and tires. So quick, simple job, ends up taking the entire day. I finally get the car back. Now, my fifth...
Okay, guys, so right there, to me, personally, I think that could be a little bit of an issue. And the reason I think that could be a little bit of the issue is because if I have an appointment and getting service done, I'd expect it to be done in a reasonable amount of time. And if I just had a scheduled appointment for basic maintenance, I would 100% expect to have my vehicle back the same day. And when he called the Tesla service center, they didn't even know if he was going to get his vehicle back. I mean, it wasn't like he was doing an engine swap or something crazy. It was just like getting his new rims and tires, the performance rims and tires service, and getting the brakes and stuff kind of cleaned up and new fluids and things like that. So that part is really concerning. And as we know right now, at least where I live at, there is a lot of maintenance car shops to maintenance your regular cars. So here's going to be the other problem. That a lot of people know how to maintenance these gas-powered cars that has been out for years, and that is what they have people going to school for, is to learn how to repair gas-powered cars. But is there a possibility that all these mechanics are going to be able to evolve and be able to service electric vehicles? That is going to be a question to be answered in the future. And I don't know. I mean, is there a lot of Tesla investors out there that actually has the product? So is there actually people that buying up into Tesla? Do they have Tesla vehicles? And when they need service, are they getting great service? So that is some questions to ask for the future of possible negativity of Tesla. I think, like I said, their vehicles are phenomenal. The technology is phenomenal. He already said the Model 3 is the best daily driver that he ever had. But the issues start to happen when you have when you need service, whether it's basic maintenance, and who knows if these vehicles ever start to have mechanical issues, what it's going to cost and things like that, because that is where these questions are going to start coming out as these electric vehicles get more popular and people start buying them. What is the cost going to be to get this regular maintenance done? So, and how long is it going to take? Are you going to be without a couple of days of a vehicle just to have some routine maintenance done? So let's keep watching the video and see what he has to say here.
Experience with Tesla service, and this is perhaps the most annoying, is that once I had these wheels, and these are the 0G wheels, they're part of Tesla's track package for the Model 3, well, I was actually planning on taking my Model 3 to the track. And I thought, well, maybe I should do a test with Tesla's actual track package with my Model 3, since I already have the wheels. So if you look at their track package online, it comes with wheels, it comes with, they've got different brake pads, and they put on some Michelin Cup 2s, which are off-the-shelf tires, so I wasn't worried about getting those. I could get those tires, I've got the wheels, all I needed to get was these track pads. So I contacted my local Tesla service center, and I said, hey, I've already got the wheels. Is there a way that I can just order the track pads so that I can kind of complete this track package on my own for my car and then take it on a track and see how it does? Well, seems like a very easy question. Hey, can I get some track pads? But not an easy answer. So Tesla service, the service center that I called, said, hey, I'm not sure how you order these without the wheels. You need to email this email and ask them about how to get these track pads. So that's what I did. I sent the email to Tesla and I said, hello, I have the track package wheels on my car. but I'm curious if I can order just the track package pads. Are the pads for the Model 3 track package different from the pads that come on the Model 3 Performance? If so, is there a way to order these separately? I only see them listed with the wheels and tires, which I already have. Also, do you have a shipping ETA on track package pads? Okay, so their response a week later, again, I was trying to get this thing on a track. I thought I could get all the parts in time, but that did not happen. Personal things came up, so I didn't actually end up doing the track day. But they got back to me a week later, and they said, "Hello, Jason. Thank you for contacting Tesla support. I am sorry for the delay in my response. We do not have a separate item on the Tesla shop for upgrading your brakes. There is a track package, but this is not sold a la carte. My recommendation would be to reach out to your service center for options." Okay, so to summarize here, a week after contacting my service center, who told me to contact an email, the email tells me to contact my service center to figure out how to get these brake pads. So 2 contacts at Tesla, neither of them can tell me how I can order these brake pads, and that to me is just kind of ridiculous. And so I'm thinking, how in the world do you actually order parts from these guys? It's like you can't. You have to order it with the track package. So, presumably there is someone out there who bought the track package, doesn't need anything except for pads because they've gone through the pads and needs to buy them, and you can't find them. So I went on, Tesla's website, epc.tesla.com.
So just a quick breakdown there. That is another concern that I see with the service of Tesla. Because if you would go just to say you want to order special brake pads for your car you have right now, you can buy that no problem. I mean, you can get on eBay. You can probably go to Advanced Auto Body. You can go to AutoZone. And you can order your Pep Boys. You can go and order any brake pads you want. No problem. But with Tesla, we're seeing an issue here of ordering just separate parts. It looks like they don't have a lot of stuff a la carte to buy. They're making you buy the performance wheels with the brakes all at once. So he can't even get just the performance brake pads that he wants. So that is another issue. So I don't know, man. That's a concern about the service and parts issue again. Very key point. He went to his service center. They said to email Tesla directly about it. He gets a response a week later. That there is, to me, kind of alarming that the response was a week later. That's a little long in my opinion. I don't know, guys. Tell me, do you think that's fair enough time? Like a week later to get a response back, and then they tell you to go back to the service center? So, I don't know. So, service center tells him to email Tesla. Tesla says go back to your local service center. Seems like a runaround. So, I think, again, on the service parts themselves, Tesla has a long way to go in order to, they're losing money on this. Because if this gentleman here is looking to buy these performance brake pads at a high price, and they're not even offering it to him, like get that the dollars coming in. So, I think this is an area that Tesla can improve on. It's still early, and just think, guys, that by 2030, they're only selling electric vehicles, and there's no more gas-powered vehicles being sold. Eventually, the future is going to be all electric, so they're going to want every dollar that they can get. So I think this is why we need to do this video and talk about where Tesla needs to improve the most on, and I think it's service and parts. And individual parts. People just need one part. They should be able to purchase it and bring that revenue into Tesla. So I think that is one thing they need to work on. Let's continue here with the video.
You can find the parts number, but it's just like this impossible task just to order brake pads. And that's so bizarre to me because literally any other company, any other car company, you can call their dealer and they will happily overcharge you for any performance part you could ever imagine. They'll be like, yeah, we'll buy that for you. We'll get you whatever you need, and they'll get it for you. They might even have it in stock already, and they'll happily overcharge you for it. But with Tesla, it's this thing that's on their shop website, but you can't order it individually, and calling a service center, they just tell you to email someone, and the email tells you to call the service center, and you never end up getting the parts. Now,
I actually love what he said there. And I just wanted to say, if you call your local dealership, say you have a Chevy, and you want to get some performance brake parts, call your local Chevrolet dealership, and basically they will happily overcharge you for those performance parts. But what he's saying is, if you want performance parts for Tesla, you call the service center, you have to buy the whole package. Like, you can't get individual parts, which is kind of an issue. So they're losing dollars there on that. So that's where, like I said, they need to be able to, fix this. This is an area they definitely need to fix.
Part of me thought, okay, I'm just like crazy and just having bad luck with this. So I contacted my friend Rich of Rich Rebuilds, and I was like, Rich, how do you get Tesla parts? And he just kind of laughed at me, and he was like, dude, you don't. And so, you know, this is a legitimate problem. Like, if you're just trying to get something for your car, it should not be nearly this difficult. You should just have a number that you call, these are the parts I need, here's my money. Like, I'm trying to give a company money, and they're making it too difficult to do. That to me is bizarre, and I hate that about this experience. Everything else about the car, I mean, it's genuinely fantastic. I love it. And there are sacrifices like that service nonsense that I'm willing to put up with because I like this car so much, but I don't think that makes it excusable. I still feel like it should be simple that if you want something, if you want to pay for something with your own money, you should be able to do so. So there's my rant on my biggest problem with Tesla, and that's just the experiences with service. I've had this car for 2 years. Honestly, I didn't expect to keep it this long. I kind of thought, you know, I'd try out something different, but I've been very impressed with the vehicle overall. It's super fun. I haven't...
Okay, guys, so there he's basically saying that he loves the Tesla so much, the vehicle, that he's willing to deal with the service and parts disaster. So that says a lot about the quality of the vehicle. But I think that it's important that Tesla investors are aware of the possible issue of the service and parts, because if another EV company comes out, say NIO for example, and NIO has better service and parts where people need to order stuff and you can just buy it, that could be where NIO could possibly take over Tesla here. So Tesla better get their act together, because if all electric vehicle companies are going to be coming out, the one with the best #1 customer service and the accessibility to parts is going to be key. So I think that is where Tesla may need to focus on. And I just wanted to show you guys, this video right here basically has 227,000 views. And this gentleman for Engineering Explained has 2.87 million subscribers to his channel. So he definitely knows what he's talking about. And he even shouted out his buddy that had another YouTube channel on Tesla that does like service and repair for Tesla. And he called him up and said, hey man, how do I get parts for Tesla? And the guy that runs the Tesla service shop just laughed and said, you don't even get service parts. So I think that is really key, guys, that's where we need to see some improvement. So we will see what Tesla will do. Comment down below. Do you think this guy is right? Is he wrong? So put that question on you. So guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. If you do, hit the thumbs up and join the thumbs up nation. So alright guys, I will catch you in the next one. And remember to buy the dip, baby. Let's go!